Welcome back to another episode of the Piano Ninja Tricks podcast. Hi, I'm Lisa Spector, your host and your Piano Ninja, helping you become a piano ninja where everything becomes easier for you at the piano. I am so excited because Leap Day is coming up. It's only every 4 years. As you know, it's February 29th, and I am inviting you to a Piano Ninja Leaping Masterclass on Thursday, February 29th. We'll leave the link below to register. You can register for free with limited time access to the replay. Of course, join us live because if you've been to my events, I give away prizes for people who show up live. It's noon here in California Pacific time, 3 East Coast time, and 9 p.m. In Central European time. And sign up for free or a VIP where you can submit your question ahead of time. You're struggling with jumps and leaps in any piece of music you're playing, Liszt, Prokofiev, Tchaikovsky, whatever it is, and I will demonstrate how I would do it using my Piano Ninja trick. So I have talked quite a bit here about, I think I started out in episode 3 with something I call, it's my own term called quick reflex motion. I invented the name, but I didn't invent it. When you see professional pianists, they do this all the time, whether they do it knowingly or they do it instinctively, I don't know. But I am here to teach you how to look like a professional pianist and sound like one by using this in anything you play, whether it has big leaps or it has small jumps, and there's other reasons you want to get there fast. And I'll get to that in a moment. So I'm going to do a leaping podcast right now with little tiny excerpts, and then I'll go into more detail in the masterclass on Leap Day. So a couple of examples that some are more obvious where you have big leaps and some are completely less obvious where you can apply what I call quick reflex motion, which is getting there quickly, but actually you practice it under tempo. The slower the tempo, the faster you can move, and not wasting any space, not jumping like this, moving directly and doing it so accurately that it becomes a measurement in your body that is really precise, and you can actually close your eyes and do it because it's a feeling in your body. You're not relying on looking. So let's start with Prokofiev's second concerto cadenza, which has enormous leaps in both hands. So this little excerpt of the middle of the cadenza. So you'll watch my left hand leaping over my right continuously. I have not been practicing that. It's a little demanding. I can do like a couple measures. It's pretty demanding for my arm, that's still in shoulder fracture recovery time, but I'm not so concerned about the notes as I am in the right hand as I am the leaps in the left hand. So if you notice what I'm doing in slow motion, or jump. So it's 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 5 octaves. One, all the way to here. So notice as I do this, I'm not taking my time. I actually have more than enough time to get there, but I'm getting there as directly as possible. And then we've got all of this. So let me do it in under slow tempo. I'm going to move the mic a little bit closer. So I'm going to go under tempo. Still watch how fast my left hand moves, even though I'm way under tempo. I want to get there early so that I'm ready for it. If I need to adjust anything, I have plenty of time without panicking. So that one I felt like I didn't go far enough, so that's okay. It's information. I know I need to jump 5.5 octaves for that one. I actually almost can't play this with my left hand alone because I've programmed my body to jump with both hands so much that I don't know what I'm doing if it's left hand alone. So now I'm going to try under tempo both hands. So watch also these jumps in my right hand. So everything's really, really very direct. I will go into more of that in the masterclass. Then I'm going to go to the famous Tchaikovsky first piano concerto after the big chorus with the introduction. Leaps are small. They're only thirds mostly, or seconds. Here it's an octave. But this is, even though my motto is screw perfect, just make music, this is one of those places, I'm sorry, it kind of has to be perfect because everybody knows this melody, so you can't really afford to miss the melody note in this section. So when you're practicing it, you would, even though it's small intervals, you want to get it in your body. So notice as soon as I hit one chord, I hold it, but then I'm immediately on to the next. And then in tempo, under tempo, but in tempo. So everything's, when I then increase the tempo, my hands just go automatically. One of my students said that to me this week. David said, it's kind of like magic. It's kind of like I just learn it with quick reflex motion and then my hands just take over and play themselves. That's exactly how it should feel. Like you're just programmed it into your body, so it's that reliable. So let's go to something more obvious with big jumps, which is the left hand of the Godofsky's arrangement of Strauss's Symphonic Metamorphosis for left hand only. Big 4-octave jumps with left hand. And I've used this as an example in a previous episode. In tempo. So I've done that enough that it's like I'm barely looking. My hand really does feel like it's playing itself. That's exactly what it wants to feel like. Now I'm going to take something less obvious because you have, no matter what you're working on, everything has jumps, even if it's only a second, even if it's only a half step, because you always want to be prepared for what's coming up next. So in the Satie Je n'ai pas dit, it's very slow tempo, but I want to move fast so that I can prepare this so that I have complete control over the speed of which I'm pressing this chord, because I know that the slower I press it, the softer it is. And I don't want it to sound like that or like that. I want it to be all together. The only way to do that is to get there early. What I don't want to be doing is this. I don't want to be playing it on the way. I have less control. It was too loud. I want to get there, have complete control. Same with the bass notes. And I want that so automatic. I can do it with my eyes closed so that when I bring in the melody in the right hand, I'm not thinking about it. The left hand just plays itself with that quick reflex motion. And so forth. So I will be going into this in more detail in the masterclass, which is Leap Day, February 29th, Thursday of next week. And hope to see you there. lisaspector.com/leap masterclass. Link is below. And I'm going to get off topic for a moment. But if you happen to be if you've ever had a setback that you couldn't play piano, whether you're injured now or you have hand arthritis or at one point in your life or something held you back. I've had two major injuries. One is when I fell and broke my right hand in 2017, had four surgeries to heal seven fractures over 3 years. And then more recently, 2 months ago, a shoulder fracture from a fall and no more falls for me. And I, it's a setback. It's a mind trip. It's feels devastating at first. And so, but I've had breakthroughs from it. So I am doing a talk called Transforming Setbacks into Breakthroughs. And that is Tuesday, this coming Tuesday, the 27th. I will leave the link in that below. That is free to join us just for this conversation around how to turn setbacks into breakthroughs. Thank you so much for listening, and I'm looking forward to seeing you on Leap Day. I'm Lisa Spector, your Piano Ninja.